Thank you, everybody, and welcome to MIPI DevCon. And my name is Peter Lefkin, Managing Director of MIPI Alliance, and I'm here today to provide a little bit of an update on State of Alliance and some of our activities, a little bit of a preview for some of the presentations that you'll see throughout the virtual event. MIPI Alliance was formed back in 2003. We have some phones that you can see that hopefully nobody's carrying today, but probably do still work. But our reason for being was really the integration of camera into mobile devices. And in 2003, the Alliance was formed, and shortly after, we also addressed the display interface in addition to the camera interface. Fast forward 17 years to today. Obviously, the mobile industry has evolved and changed, and so has the Alliance. And we've developed roughly 50 specifications covering the range of interface applications needed for mobile devices. And I'll cover a little bit of that, but at a very high level. Within other talks within DevCon, you'll hear a lot more detail on various specifications. Now, reason for being was mobile, and our focus remains mobile. But certainly as mobile has evolved and influenced and been implemented in various other applications, so have our specifications evolved. We've evolved into areas such as automotive that you'll hear a lot of on day one of DevCon, industrial, heads-up displays, the aviation industry, IoT, medical devices. I think I see press releases and news releases and applications that are developed using MIPI specifications that no one could have anticipated. Our priority certainly still continues to remain on mobile, and I think it's actually one of our reasons for success. Our focus on mobile specifications and those being attributed to other applications based on low power, high speed, consideration for EMI or low EMI, has really positioned MIPI specifications for implementation and adoption in areas well beyond mobile. I think one of the other success factors originally was our royalty-free IPR policy in mobile that we've also recently, within the past year and a half, 2 years, extended to all implementations now are implemented on a royalty-free basis. Our ecosystem has also evolved within MIPI Alliance. Originally, back in 2003, when it was first formed, MIPI really was, the founders were from the application processor developers, the semiconductor companies, and the device OEMs. And certainly as products implemented MIPI specifications, our ecosystem rounded out and continues to grow today. Test equipment companies, test labs, software providers, consumer electronic companies from various industries. IP and VIP providers are an important component of the ecosystem as well. And as our focus today for DevCon Day 1 is automotive, absolutely automotive OEMs and tier 1 suppliers are joining MIPI Alliance, and also many are evaluating joining that I'm aware of today. Today we have over 350 members spanning across 29 different countries. This is just a list of the board and contributor members. I won't go into detail. You'll see some certainly recognizable logos. These are the members who really participate in the day-to-day activities of the Alliance, developing the specifications in working groups. We have about 3 times as many adopters who aren't able to fit on one slide, who receive the specifications once published and approved, and also implement the specifications in products. So again, 350 members, and that's been year over year positive increase in membership. We've really had no down year in membership renewals. I'd like to go into a little bit of detail in some of the focus areas that MIPI Alliance is targeting and concentrating on for 2020 and into 2021. Just to give you a little bit of background, you'll be hearing a lot more of these throughout DevCon, as I've indicated before. Automotive SerDes, MIPI A-PHY, we recently issued a press release and announced that MIPI A-PHY version 1.0, the asymmetric SerDes specification for automotive, was published on September 11th, 2020. You'll learn more about that as well as MIPI automotive SerDes solutions, of which A-PHY is a part of. We have multiple presentations and talks during DevCon, so please do log into those. They should be interesting and informative, and I think we'll go a bit beyond some of the public presentations that you've seen before. Also, IoT, Internet of Things, has been a focus of ours. We are publishing a white paper, have published a white paper by the time this developers conference, and really looking at a wide range of specifications that are adopted and implemented in IoT, from display, camera, CSI2, sensor, and I3C, our physical layers, from A-PHY to M-PHY and Unipro for storage, and our debug specifications are widely adopted in IoT. I encourage you to download the white paper, go into a little bit more detail. I know there's also a session on the white paper and MIPI specifications in IoT. This will be an additional focus area and may lead to new requirements, new specifications that MIPI Alliance will move forward to develop over the coming years. As I noted, the white paper, Enabling the IoT Opportunity. Here it is, a little snapshot of the cover. You could download the paper today, and I encourage you to do so. It's a good piece of work. We did a similar white paper for automotive, and this is really capturing the MIPI specifications for IoT, as well as some considerations for the future as well. 5G has certainly been a focus of ours. As you can imagine, 17 years of an organization, we've lived through a number of Gs, 2G, 3G, 4G, and now 5G. RFFE version 3.0 was released in April 2020, delivers tighter timing precision and reduced latencies needed to advance the 5G rollout. And we've also issued a white paper in the area of 5G as well. So as you can see, there's a presentation tomorrow with a snapshot of MIPI RFFE from Lalan Mishra, who's the vice chair of the RFFE working group. Security is an interesting area that we've established an investigation group in 2019 to enable the Alliance to look across our specifications and our various working groups and understand what MIPI needs to do for the various applications that we support for our specifications, for automotive, for mobile, for IoT. Our initial focus is really in two areas. One is developing a security framework that will look at requirements and capabilities across the suite of MIPI applications, what's needed in terms of security. It'll include methods for authentication, integrity, and encryption to secure the camera and display peripherals to their host ECU controllers. This has been an activity that has been getting a lot of attention. We have a good number of security experts from our member companies who have come and join and participate in the discussions in the security investigation group. We see the framework as really kind of setting a direction for future considerations for security. And we're also focused on working with the working groups today to develop security specifications for MIPI protocols, specifically in the area primarily with focus on camera, display, and debug. So This is an interesting area that if you're interested to follow, feel free to reach out. We expect to be publishing the framework in I'd say the second quarter of 2021. And that's under development today. So if you're interested to participate in that activity, please feel free to get involved. We also don't do this in a vacuum, and we don't do this alone. It's important that MIPI specifications touch a number of different industries, and a number of different organizations have leveraged or referenced MIPI specifications in their own specifications. And we've worked closely with organizations like DMTF and JEDEC in terms of UFS and storage, USB and Visa. We're doing some work and was part of our AFI announcement in terms of looking at supporting DisplayPort and embedded DisplayPort over AFI. ETSI and the Trusted Computing Alliance, UFSA to support JEDEC UFS, as well as Jasper for the Japanese auto makers, and good relationships there, working with different organizations, taking in requirements where needed to align MIPI specifications to the needs of our liaison partners. And we look forward to expanding this. This is a growing body of work that is a part of the Alliance, and activities that are ongoing, and liaisons that are also in the process of form as well that aren't on this list. In addition to developing the specifications, we also make sure that we're supporting the implementation and adoption of specifications in the market. DevCon is one example of many that we put out to the adopters, to non-members as well. Follow us on the MIPI blog. I think it's a great place to be able to understand what's happening. You don't have to be a member to follow the blog and to obtain information. We kind of use that as a central place to advise about white papers, about new specifications, about we publish a number of different articles in a more frequent way through the blog. So please do sign up. I think you'll find it's not too imposing in terms of the number of emails that you'll get hit with, but it will be informative, certainly, if you're looking to keep up to date with MIPI Alliance. I'd be remiss to kind of acknowledge that I think we'd all prefer to be together, to be in person, and to be able to interact with everybody who's attending our DevCon events. I'd like to thank MIPI members for your contributions and support in this time where we've basically taken all of our face-to-face meetings and had to create them as virtual meetings, as everybody else in the world has done. MIPI is busier than ever. I think those who are close to it can attest. I'd like to also thank the DevCon attendees, the speakers, the demo participants, and sponsors for moving along with us. I think this is an important event. It's not just about publishing the specifications, it's about showing how they're adopted and implemented in the marketplace. I'd also like to give a bit of a shout out to the team who's really been behind in putting this event together. And if you have a need to reach me, feel free to reach out to my email address. I'm sure many of you probably have it already. But again, appreciate your time and look forward to a productive 2-day event for MIPI DevCon. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Peter. So for all the attendees, I encourage you to click on the call to action to go back to the main agenda page and check out what's coming up for the rest of the day. Meanwhile, stay tuned. We have a demo coming up from Synopsys.